JJ, just for this game specifically, that fourth quarter did seem to kind of go as previous ones had. How did you see that happen, and what were you trying to get going offensively in the fourth?
We executed great in the fourth quarter. Missed shots at the rim, missed a bunch of threes, shot 12 for 52 for the series in the fourth quarter from three. On top of that, you lose 2 games in Minnesota, minus 12 in scoring opportunities, minus 13, and then you lose by 20 tonight. Just too many turnovers, too many offensive rebounds, and I think given the struggles scoring the ball, particularly early in the series, there's a trade-off. There's always a trade-off. You could say, play a center. We couldn't score, so there's a trade-off to everything with this. But we obviously put ourselves in a position to be in the game 3 times in the fourth quarter, and just came up short every time. But again, the offensive part of it tonight in particular was we missed wide open threes. We missed a couple shots at the rim. We got good looks.
No, go ahead, Mike, if you have a follow-up.
No, go ahead.
JJ, kind of going into this series, I think one of the thoughts was that because you guys had LeBron and Luka in close games, particularly on the stretch, like these are 2 of the best closers of all time. Did you see signs that their chemistry maybe in the fire wasn't where it needed to be in terms of, kind of one guy going, one guy not going? Were they together enough? Or was it kind of what you'd expect considering this team changed in mid-February, or early February, sorry?
Yeah, we played 13 games with our playoff rotation in the regular season. Bron and Luka obviously played more than that together, but these things take time. Luka just went through it in Dallas with Kyrie, and doesn't happen overnight. We obviously wished that I wouldn't call it chemistry because they have chemistry, but that part of it we could figure out better, and we were, I guess, in a better place and more comfortable with that in the fourth quarters of playoff games. But that partnership and that relationship is more than solid.
What was your message to the team after the game tonight?
I think there's always a mix of disappointment and gratitude, but certainly disappointed, and not something that I ever envisioned with this team. Having to go in and talk to them, after losing the first round, but give Minnesota a lot of credit. They're a really good basketball team, and I think our guys played hard enough and did all the right things. We tried to make it work with what we had and came up a little short.
JJ, how's Luka's back doing, and what did you see from him in terms of trying to just gut it out in the second half?
I assume it's tight. I don't know. I know he could play. And obviously, he had some good stretches there in the second half, scoring the basketball.
You went with Kleber tonight. I think kind of didn't show your cards pregame about that. What was the thinking there, and what do you think he gave you after not playing like 3 months?
Yeah, just played 3 minutes in the first half and whatever 3 minutes in the second half. We knew it was going to be spot minutes. He obviously had a very tight minute restriction, but just positional size. He's also just an incredibly intelligent player. I thought it's similar to Doe, where the things that he does at a high level don't always show up in a box score. But obviously would have loved if you had made that corner three. But wasn't the only one that missed corner threes in the fourth quarter.
Missed the first, I think, maybe one or two questions, so sorry if this were asked. But Rudy, he was getting the offense on the offensive glass throughout the series, but tonight it seemed like he was able to convert more of his shots near the rim. What were you seeing that I guess led to that, his more success on
He's
the
really
inside?
big. I mean, he's really big. It's one thing if he's the only one down there, and it's another thing if there's multiple crashers. And they all have the license to crash. McDaniels, DiVincenzo in particular, Randall as well. But McDaniels and DiVincenzo are crashing nearly every shot, so you have to account for them. Plus, Gobert's just bigger than everyone.
Hey JJ, obviously emotions are raw right now, but third seed finish obviously didn't end the way you wanted it to. But on a personal level, how would you evaluate your first season as head coach of this team?
I'll use my own thoughts to evaluate myself, and I'll use what my players say and what my coaching staff says to evaluate. But I know I can be better, and I know I will get better. I don't necessarily take any satisfaction from how the year went. That's not to say I'm not proud of what the group was able to do and how we were able to figure things out on the fly and put ourselves in a position to have home court in the first round. But there's always ways to get better, and I can get a lot better.